What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Friday edition. Morning Scone, presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. HUDCO Roofing, HUDCOroofing.com. As we always say, do business with someone you know. HUDCO Roofing and HUDCOroofing.com. Hope your Friday is off to a great start. Could very well be a great weekend for the New Orleans Saints. Saints Falcons on Sunday. We will, of course, preview that as we move along the weekend. But better news is that what we talked about on AFR on Thursday about Odell Beckham possibly being let go by Cleveland looks like that is going to happen. So Adam Schefter and others reporting that Cleveland working with Odell's representatives to negotiate an agreement on terms of his release. So, what would that look like financially for the two sides? They would have to work that out. But it looks like the Browns are going to release Odell Beckham. He would have to clear waivers, which means that any team, it's in reverse order of finish, would be able to put in a waiver claim on Odell. Same process that Deshaun Jackson just went through. So if he clears waiver, which means nobody puts in a waiver claim for him, then he would be an unrestricted free agent. So he would, he'd hit the wire and they would go basically in reverse order from like from the draft last year. So Jacksonville would have the first opportunity, the Jets, the Texans, the Falcons, the Bengals. You understand. So if he's not claimed off of waivers, then he could sign with any team that he wants. So anyway, so it is going to be interesting, and I don't know that there's any team that's going to put in a waiver claim for him. So I would expect he'd clear waivers, and you'd get an opportunity to sign. He'd be able to sign anywhere. Incredible. So, anyway, let's say some good mornings. I know I got a late start today, so don't have a ton of time here, so let's get to it. But man, if the Saints are able to add Odell, if he clears waivers and they're able to make a push to sign him, you'd sign him to a long-term deal. That or maybe he agrees to a deal just for the rest of the season and hits unrestricted free agency after the season. So let's see. All right, Brian Wynn, good morning. Michael Kleber, good morning. Jamie Honore, Kelly Gross, Truax, what's up? Good to see you last night, Truax. Did a remote with our Sazerac friends over at the Rouses on Burbank and Lee. So really good time. Got to meet a lot of listeners last night. So appreciate those who came out. Truax popped by for a bit. And I will tell you, Rouses has are selling a Sazerac barrel pick. They were selling it for the same price as Sazerac, $22.99 for their barrel pick. I was like, oh, it was. By the way, go get you a bottle of that. It's really good. Dad, good morning. Brian and Annie Penn from Huntsville, Alabama, on the road again. Steve Ramke, good morning. Would be cool if Odell comes home. Look, if it really comes down to the Saints or the Raiders, he'd have a decision to make. Both teams are 5-2. He'd be catching passes from Derek Carr, but he'd be playing for a lame duck head coach, and you're an interim head coach. If it were here, be playing for Sean Payton in his hometown. Boy, he would certainly add an injection of life to this team offensively. Stephen Miller, good morning. Last week without Will Wade basketball, positive vibes Friday. Yes, sir. Let's go, man. Stephen, you missed it on Wednesday, whatever it was. Bro, need your Maction picks. When the Otters throwing down losers, I gotta know what your Maction picks are. Chris, correct me if I'm wrong. I think you did really well last year with your Maction picks. So, old Otter gave us Yellow Teeth. He said lay the 9 against Yellow Teeth, and not only did Yellow Teeth win, they won by 12. So it was a brutal loss. John Bro, hoping the Saints beat down the hated Falcons. Yes, sir. Glenn, Lori, Matt, do I take the Saints and give the points? Glenn, I never bet on the Saints. Honest to goodness, I don't. I do not bet on the Saints or LSU games ever. I don't trust myself to be, as much as I try to be completely objective about the games. And I will, I mean, you don't know, I'll pick them lose. I can't do it. And then also when I'm watching the game, I can't be rooting for a point spread. I just got to cheer for my team. So I am the worst person to ask about betting Saints or LSU games. AJ Holland, Guy Morgan, how do you figure your cost base, especially with the free GME shares that were executed? I do not know, AJ, the algorithm, if that's what you're asking. Because, and by the way, it wasn't free shares that were executed. Like, there was liquidity behind that. So, if Dave transferred $6.5 million worth of GMEX to holders. But if you're asking, like, how does the algorithm determine the price when liquidity goes in or buys, like, they've tried to figure it out. Because it's also tied to Binance. Talking about game coins. It's also tied to the price of Binance. So it's very difficult. Jeremy Kling, Deborah Coward, just enjoy the ride. Let's see. Jonathan Martin, Brian Broom, Stephen Miller. If the Saints sign Odell on his first touchdown as a Saint, if he doesn't fake hand out money for a celebration, they need to cut him. That would be great. He had some, like old Joe Horn, just have some dollar bills hiding under the goalpost. Chase Pellegrin, good morning. Kelly Presley, Jacob Falcon. Can the Saints get Odell right now, or am I completely wrong when I get frustrated seeing people say we got to get Odell? They can, Jacob. So if they negotiate his release, he will be waived because it's past the trade deadline. So he will be waived. He'll go on waivers, and then any team can put in a waiver claim on him. And if teams don't want to give up the compensation to claim a player off of waivers, then which probably wouldn't happen, he would hit unrestricted free agency, and then he could sign with whoever he wants. And presumably, according to some reports, Saints and Raiders would be the teams that would be most interested. Kenny Bergeron, when do you think LSU will have a deal done privately, in principle, with the new coach, Matt? So a deal in principle is very different than a done deal. And I think it really depends on how A&M and Michigan State go the rest of the year. Jay Hernandez, Napier's a good coach. Why are so many people hung up on? Because he's a saving guy, but so are half the coaches in the country. Napier's a good coach, man. He's very respected in coaching circles, and I do think he is going to get a Power 5 job this year, probably in the ACC. All right, Steven, Brian Wynn, Matt, what do you think the NCAA is such an axe to grind with Will Wade? Because he was defiant. Don Jolibois, Stephen Fry, good morning. Chad Wilkin, if Odell signs with the Saints this season, is there a world where he and Michael Thomas can exist in 2022? That's the $15 million question, Chad, is could they sign Odell? Would Odell sign a one-year deal and then hit unrestricted free agency next year and the Saints make a decision how they want to proceed? I don't know how you have two $100 million receivers on your roster. Glenn Crowders, need a good whiskey to numb the pain of watching Bama run it up on us. Come join us at Don Juan for Whiskey and Wine. YouTube, smash the like button. Tim Gotro, Ross Meir, good cheers to 4 cents. Yes, sir. Who dat talking? What's up? Is it even possible? It is possible. It is very possible. Pat Huseman, Mark Allen. Do you think this is Dennis Allen's last year? It'd be interesting, Mark, to see if Dennis Allen gets another crack as a head coach. I don't know. I don't hear those whispers, but it's not coaching silly season in the NFL yet. Kirk Taylor, David Wallace, Alex Day, Mortimer. Heard Cleveland reworked his contract and his salary's the league minimum the rest of the year. Let's roll, bro. But that's also maybe to help Cleveland's salary cap. If he can come to New Orleans for the league minimum, let's roll. But if he's an unrestricted that may be for Cleveland, but if he's an unrestricted free agent, he'll sign with whoever he wants for whatever deal he can get. Kirk, how remarkably horrid will the LSU-Bama game be? Remarkably horrid. Patrick Ramos to the moon. Bob Champagne. Is it now 18 starters out for Saturday? Never felt this apathetic about a Saturday ever. Well, Bob, there's a lot of great football. Let's enjoy the great football aside from what's happening in the purple and gold. Hunter Picard. Kirk going to Southeastern play for Southland Conference Championship rather than watch LSU Saturday. Wake me up for whiskey and wine. There you go, man. Bubba Tatum. All right, y'all. Hate to be so short today, but we kind of have to go. Got a little bit of a late start, but excited to get rolling on a Friday, man. So missed Locked on LSU yesterday. It was a little bit of a crazy day, and my apologies. But if you're not yet, please subscribe to Locked on LSU, Scone and T. We appreciate that as always. And shout out to Brock, of course. You need an orthopedist, you go to Brock. They're the best. That's why you do it. And HUDCO Roofing, HUDCOroofing.com. Do business with someone you know. And I tell a lot of you this, and a lot of you have taken advantage of it. If you a family member, a friend, still have a blue tarp on your roof, if post Ida, if you've had trouble either working with your insurance company or just getting a roofer to come out, we have materials, we have crews, we are ready to roll at HUDCO. So you can even email me directly, matt@hudcoroofing.com, matt@hudcoroofing.com, and I will gladly facilitate. matt@hudcoroofing.com. All right, y'all. Can Odell coexist with Peyton? Heck yeah. We never heard stuff about Odell like that when he was in New York. I mean, I guess he did like kiss the kicking net and all that stuff, or propose to the kicking net. But let's see, is game one at 4.5 pennies already? I just looked; it was 4 cents. Did it go up half a penny in an hour? That can't be right. Anyway, okay, y'all. I gotta bounce. Y'all have an awesome day. Be safe. Take care of each other. Peace.